All right, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite YouTuber and vlogger. I'm going to have to be really quick with this intro and the outro because what it is, it's really like dead late at night and my voice annoys people at night, so I'm going to have to be careful. Right, what it is, this video is for my YouTube buddy who is Mr. Kevin Muldoon. So what it is, I went out to do a test earlier on for Kevin, but I just thought I'd put this one live because it is very impressive and this is only my first test. So basically this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I went out with a Hollyland wireless setup here. This is one of those typical, like, you know, two mic things. So you got like two radio mics there and one USB receiver and the case chargers and stuff, right? So I've done a really good test with that. And also I've managed to find a USB-C to, or a microphone to USB-C or 3.5mm TRS microphone input to USB-C, which works perfectly with the system. This is a Saramonic thing. There'll be links to all kinds of stuff in the video description below. So anyway, I've gone out and tested these things for Kevin, but I'm putting it live because I'm super impressed with it. You know what, I wouldn't even say there's any issues with any of this. It just sounds great, I think. I might have been going a bit hot maybe on the first take with the wireless mic, not entirely sure, but you can be the judge of that one anyway. So what I'll do, I'll dig into this and I'll do a bit of a summary at the end. Okay, so just as I decide to come out, it starts pissing down. Awesome. Anyway, so what it is, I'm on the Lark C1 or the C1 Lark, the Hollyland wireless thing. So there it is there, it's got its dead cat on and stuff. It is a little bit breezy and what have you, so hopefully the dead cat's going to be doing something good here. And as you can probably tell, the noise off the road is quite excessive at the moment. Now what it is, I'm not entirely sure what the picture's going to do. I've been doing loads and loads of testing with this Blackmagic camera app, which I think is absolutely awesome. And I think is going to be the saviour for vlogging on the iPhone. So what I'm doing here is using lock settings, primarily exposure, but also like color balance to do with white balance. Still experimenting loads, but I've got a feeling that there's going to be a bunch of settings that you can do within the Blackmagic app, which are going to allow you to get like really good pictures and hopefully without that weird tint in the skin tones that goes on. Now that might be a combination of white balance and the tint control within the app. I'm still yet to find that out. So I've got to mess around and do a lot more stuff to do with this. But right now I might be going slightly underexposed and overexposed, depending upon what the light's like in and out of this tree cover here. It is all fully locked off. I don't know whether it's a bug in the app, but if you set like manual exposure, but just say let the shutter run free, it doesn't seem to auto expose off the shutter. So don't know if it's designed to do that, but if it is, it shouldn't have a function called auto, I think, on the shutter, which I think it does have and it doesn't do. Anyway, so once again, the Hollyland C1 Lark. Okay, so I've now just switched over onto the RODE Lavalier GO, which is plugged into this Saramonic cable. So there's the Lavalier GO just there. I'll just only do a little bit on this right now because what I'm going to do is get into the park because what I want to do something without tons of noise around me, because what it is, I've got a loud voice and when I'm around loud sounds I get louder, and what it is, I can actually like distort the microphones as opposed to the input on any recording device. So got to be careful of that, just so I'm giving this all a fair test, you know, for this preliminary test that I'm doing. I don't know whether I mentioned as well, I probably would have done, but you can go like manual with the settings. I'm not entirely sure whether that's just a digital gain thing or whether it's actually direct communications to the ADC on these devices. I don't know, but I'll try and find that out whenever I can. But I can't remember now if I did actually set the level correctly. It's gone really windy and it's gone very noisy again. I've definitely got to get into the park. Yeah, so I can't remember if I'd set the level correctly for the Hollyland, but I will do once I get into the park. What it is, sometimes when you take things in and out, there is a tendency to reset levels and stuff, so you have to be careful if you're going to unplug stuff to then monitor and go back in again, because sometimes it'll lose connection after you've unplugged something like, you know, a USB-C device. Then if you plug it back in, I think you might have to reset again, and I'm not too sure if I did that. However, I definitely did put this down at a level where it was nowhere near peaking, and hopefully I'm not clipping the mic itself. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get across this road safely, get into the park where there's a lot less stupid sounds around me, and then do the two things again, the C1 and also the RODE Lavalier. Okay, so I'm in the park now, and although it is quieter, because the park is flanked by like loads of roads and stuff, and it's so busy at the moment on the roads, I don't know why, but there's definitely a lot of traffic sound, plus there's a lot of rain noise as well, and a bit of wind. Now, I've still kept the same settings here, hopefully, and so it definitely will be going under and over. I should be under probably now, and it'll go over exposed when I come out and go into some light. I'm just trying to stay under the tree so I don't get too wet. Now basically what I've just realized as well is sometimes, I don't even know, sometimes, might be all the time actually, if you unplug any of the microphones like via USB, then sometimes if you plug them back in and then launch the camera app, the Blackmagic app, it doesn't pick the mics back up. Also, if it does, or when it does pick a mic back up, it isn't necessarily in the same position in the list for your audio sources that you select for the mic. And on top of that, it doesn't remember any of the settings to do with the level. So they're things to look out for. Like I say, definitely going to be weirdly exposed, but this is just generally an audio test, and like I've already said, I can't quite find how to let the shutter free roam, you know, whilst you try and lock the rest of the exposure routine. It definitely gives the impression that it does things automatically, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. Anyways, whatever this level is right now is whatever I've gained in post. So this is the level exactly as it's gone in. Now this level, it's gone dead windy, this level as it's gone in right now isn't necessarily the best record level. I've got this fairly low just so that I don't clip the record level. I could of course still be clipping the mic or something else, or even the preamplifier on the Saramonic itself, I don't know, but I'm definitely not clipping the recording level. So this is the level as it's gone in, and again, just to be, you know, just to like be like dead clear, it is not a standard level. It is just something that I would use so that I don't clip zero on the recording. Now, I've gone back up again there, so I've gone back to whatever I've done in post with the sound. Okay, I know I'm rambling a bit here, but I'm trying to give as much information as I can as I'm doing stuff here, because as you're doing it, things happen, and more than anything, these videos are designed for me to remember what's happened as well, although hopefully they will be useful to other people. Now let me just flip over onto the C1 Lark, or the Lark C1, whatever it is called. Okay, so this is me now back over onto the Lark C1, and as we can see there it is with its little dead cat on. Right, a couple of things I can definitely confirm now. In fact, what I'll do, I'm going to start walking again. Just ignore the exposure, it is locked, and it will start going flary and stuff probably, or under and stuff. Anyway, what I can definitely confirm is if you're using like different microphones, you have to exit the app, the Blackmagic app. You definitely have to exit it and then swap the mics over and then relaunch it, and then go back into the settings to re-select the external microphone again, so it won't remember that it was an external mic that you last used. Or it might do actually if the external mic doesn't change. But nonetheless, there's a little bit of a few little niggly things. I'm not complaining, by the way, because you know this is a free app, and for release one of a free app, this is absolutely tremendous. But there are some things that you do have to bear in mind with it. So like I say, don't go changing to anything live, as it were, whilst the app is on. Exit the app, swap over, go back in, and then you have to go back in and reselect the new mic, and then also you have to reset your levels as well. So that's what I've done here. I've definitely set the level now. I don't know if I can't remember if I had done when I was by the road. Highly likely I would have done, but I definitely have done right now. Oh, I'm getting so wet. Right, so the thing is, there are, like I say, a number of things to remember here, and there's obviously some of these things going on as well to do with the what's the name, the exposure routine. Let me just see if I can get under here for a sec. Okay, yeah, so that's probably going to start getting to the end of this test here, because I'm getting really wet, and I think I will have gotten enough stuff here. Oh, actually, yeah, as far as this level is concerned, what it is, this is now the level as it went in. Now, with this particular microphone, in fact, I'll just give it a quick example of where the level's at, then I'll explain something else to do with this mic system. So this is the like recorded level, and this is now what I may have done with it in post. You have to remember, I don't know what I'm going to do with these in post as far as their levels are concerned. And the reason for that is because I don't know how they sound in post, and I don't know. Okay, so that last take there cut off, right? And this has actually happened a little bit on this camera app by Blackmagic. It's done it a few times. I'm not going to get into it right now because I've got to basically get off, because I'll get killed in a minute quick because I'm too loud at night. So anyways, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, these are all impressive. So yeah, for me, I am now seriously going to be putting an effort into using the iPhone for me vlogging. Now that I know that I can do stuff with these things, I'm going to be doing a lot more microphone stuff. Now, as far as the actual proper, like, you know, vlogging with a whatever on a whatever video is concerned, they will be going on my main channel. So anybody who might be interested in stuff like that, go to my main channel and keep an eye on that. However, the initial testing for these things, I will do them on this channel, because I think a lot of me buddies kind of like watch the videos here, and you know, they don't need basically spoon feeding, like, which is what I have to do on my main channel. So this channel is more for people who kind of already know what they're doing and are just interested in the end result and stuff like that. Anywho, there we go. I think that'll do it for this video. So yeah, I'm getting off. Yeah, links and whatnot in the description. Thumbs up if you liked it, all that cranky stuff. I'm David Harry. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, don't know if anyone's noticed, I've got a blue ice block on the table here. I'm just about to get off, have a beer, and play Call of Duty. In fact, I just give Kevin a response on one of his comments on another video, and I think Kevin might have thought that I was lying. Right, Kevin? There's the iPhone there. In fact, there we go. I don't know if you can see there. That's Warzone ready to play. I'm gonna put the iPhone on this block of ice here in order to keep it cool to play the game. It's ridiculous. To be a video about that going up on my main channel soon. Anyway, I talk too much. I'm getting off. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.